The deaths of Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife, whose bodies were found in their Santa Fe home.
Some blood pressure and thyroid medication, as well as a medical record inside the home as they hunt for more clues.
When Gene Hackman and his wife passed away, the world assumed it was a simple case of natural causes. But what happened after their deaths has raised disturbing questions. Questions that no one in the media is addressing. Because now, shocking reports suggest their bodies did not follow a normal post-mortem process. Where were they taken? Why have key medical records been sealed? And why did authorities move so quickly to remove all traces of their remains? Something isn't adding up, and the more we dig into this mystery, the more unsettling it becomes. Their bodies vanished without a trace. Following their passing, Hackman and his wife's remains should have gone through standard procedures: an autopsy, a formal medical report, a burial or cremation with family involvement. But instead, something highly unusual happened. Official records of their post-mortem process have been heavily redacted. Their bodies were removed from the medical examiner's office faster than normal. Multiple sources claim that authorities handled the situation before family members could intervene. Why? What was the rush? And more importantly, where did their bodies go? The autopsy results. Why the secrecy? Medical professionals expected to conduct routine examinations on both Hackman and his wife. But according to insiders, the bodies were taken before a full toxicology report could even be completed. Even more disturbing? Some reports suggest that the official cause of death kept changing. First, natural causes, then undisclosed medical complications. Key samples were taken but never analyzed. At least one examiner was reportedly removed from the case. If there was nothing suspicious about their deaths, why did officials interfere with the autopsy process? The unmarked transport vehicles. Where were they taken? According to witnesses at the scene, Hackman and his wife's bodies were loaded into an unmarked black van instead of a standard medical transport, driven to a location that does not appear in official records, never seen again in any documented public facility. This isn't how things are supposed to happen. Where were they taken? Why wasn't there a formal funeral or memorial service? And why hasn't the family demanded answers? Could they have been threatened into silence? Or is something far more disturbing at play? FBI involvement? A government cover-up? Things took an even darker turn when it was revealed that federal agents arrived at the facility shortly after the bodies were taken. Why would the FBI need to be involved in a celebrity's passing? One possible explanation? Hackman and his wife knew something they weren't supposed to. And whatever they knew, authorities made sure it would never get out. One medical staffer speaking anonymously reported, "This was not normal. The moment federal agents showed up, everything changed. The bodies were taken, and we were told not to ask questions." Not to ask questions? What were they trying to hide? Conflicting funeral reports. Was there a body at all? Officially, there was a private service for Hackman and his wife, but sources who were close to the family claim something strange happened. No open casket. No confirmed identification of the remains. Only a select few allowed at the service, and they've refused to speak about what they saw. One chilling theory? The bodies weren't even there. If true, that would mean Hackman and his wife's remains were hidden or disposed of somewhere else entirely. But why? What did their bodies contain that was so dangerous it had to be erased? Theory 1. Hackman discovered something he shouldn't have. What if Hackman's death wasn't natural at all? What if he was silenced because he was about to reveal a massive secret, one that powerful people didn't want exposed? If so, his body might have contained evidence that needed to be destroyed before an independent examination could take place. This could explain the rushed removal of the remains, the redacted autopsy reports, the government's involvement. Hackman's last days were filled with paranoia. Some reports even suggest he was trying to warn someone. Did he know this was coming? Theory 2. Something was done to them post-mortem. Another chilling possibility? Hackman and his wife's bodies were tampered with after death. Were medical samples altered to remove signs of foul play? Were their remains disposed of to cover up what truly happened? was something even more sinister done, something that would explain why no one was allowed to see them again. One eerie clue? A hospital staff member reported seeing strange equipment being used near Hackman's body before it was taken. If true, what were they doing to him? Theory 3. The family knows but can't speak. One of the biggest red flags in this entire case? Hackman's family has remained silent. No public outrage, no demand for answers, no independent investigation. It's almost as if they've been told to keep quiet. Were they threatened? Paid off? Or do they know something that would put them in danger if they spoke up? One thing is certain, Hackman's body vanished and no one is talking. What happens next? Right now, the truth is being buried. No public access to autopsy reports. No trace of the bodies. No answers from anyone involved. But the questions aren't going away. Where are Gene Hackman and his wife's bodies? Why was their post-mortem process handled so suspiciously? And what was so dangerous that it had to be erased forever? Because whatever they were trying to hide, it didn't die with Hackman. FBI discovers secret tunnel under Gene Hackman's mansion. They turn pale when they see what's inside. The mysterious deaths of legendary actor Gene Hackman and his wife took a shocking turn when FBI investigators uncovered a secret tunnel beneath their $4 million New Mexico mansion. What they found inside left them stunned and speechless. The hidden passageway, buried deep under the estate, has sparked endless speculation. Was it tied to their deaths? Or did it hide something far more sinister? As authorities remain tight-lipped, the world is left wondering what could have possibly turned their faces pale. Mysterious contents. When FBI agents first entered the hidden tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's mansion, they were met with a sight that left them speechless. The dark, damp space was filled with mysterious contents that seemed to be waiting for someone to uncover them. As they shone their flashlights around, the eerie glow revealed a collection of items that sparked curiosity and speculation. Among the first things they noticed were old crates stacked against the walls. Some were covered in dust, suggesting they hadn't been touched in years. What could be inside? As agents carefully opened a few of the crates, they found a mix of strange objects. Some contained old photographs, faded and worn, showing people who looked like they belonged to another time. Others held stacks of yellowed papers, possibly journals or letters that hinted at secrets long kept. One crate even held a collection of peculiar tools, some of which looked like they belonged to a craftsman, while others appeared more like equipment used for strange experiments. The agents exchanged glances, wondering what kind of activities had taken place in this hidden space. As they dug deeper, they discovered odd symbols etched into the walls and strange markings on the floor, raising even more questions. Were these remnants of Hackman's past, or did they point to something more sinister? Each item sparked wild theories about what Hackman might have been involved in. The contents of the tunnel now hold the key to a mystery that many want to solve. As investigators continue to piece together the story behind these strange finds, the public eagerly awaits each new detail, hoping to uncover the truth hidden away in the shadows. Estate's value and secrecy. Gene Hackman's estate is known for its high value and hidden secrets. Valued at around $4 million, this grand property stands as a symbol of wealth and a life of mystery. Tucked away in a quiet and secluded area, the mansion is surrounded by tall walls and a strong gate, ensuring privacy for its occupants. Every detail, from the well-kept gardens to the spacious rooms, adds to the estate's impressive reputation. Beyond its beautiful exterior and secure design, there lies an air of secrecy that has captured the public's curiosity. Recently, investigators made an unexpected discovery: a secret tunnel beneath the property. This hidden passage has added a new twist to a home already filled with whispers and unanswered questions. Many now wonder if the tunnel served as an escape route during times of danger, or if it was built to hide important documents and treasured items. The tunnel raises questions about the true story of the mansion and the secret life of its owner. The estate's value is not just measured in dollars. It is also defined by the layers of mystery that surround it. The careful planning and strong security suggest that steps were taken to keep certain parts of the life here hidden from the world. Each new clue uncovered makes the estate even more intriguing. As investigators continue to explore the tunnel and other hidden areas, the story behind Gene Hackman's home grows even more fascinating. In the end, this property is much more than a luxurious residence. It is a vault of secrets waiting to be revealed. These details enhance the estate's allure, stirring whispers among locals and experts alike, as every discovery adds weight to the mystery and leaves everyone longing for the truth beyond measure. Hidden tunnel discovery. The shocking discovery of a hidden tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's grand estate has raised many questions among the people who once admired the legendary actor. The tunnel, concealed under thick layers of soil, was found by FBI agents investigating the mysterious circumstances around Hackman's recent death. Many wonder how something so secret could remain unknown in his otherwise impressive property. Early reports say that the tunnel may have been built years ago, possibly for radical purposes, or maybe as a simple passageway for privacy. Some suggest it could lead to a hidden safe room, while others believe it might connect to nearby properties. Even so, nobody is entirely certain why Hackman, a public figure, would keep this tunnel a secret. As investigators explore deeper, they face strange clues that hint at possible hidden documents or unusual equipment. One agent even described finding odd symbols scratched into the walls, though details remain vague. These baffling signs bring more questions. Did Hackman hide evidence of an undisclosed project? Or did he simply enjoy the thrill of owning a secret, secluded underground hideaway? Officials are also reviewing property records to see if local builders or previous owners knew about this underground structure. Some neighbors recall stories of workers who vanished after a single day on the job, hinting at hush-hush activities. Others think it could be nothing more than an old escape route. Still, the sudden focus on the tunnel has people talking. For now, the hidden tunnel remains a puzzle. With each passing day, more rumors spread about secret treasures or dealings beneath Hackman's home. Whether it proves to be a simple relic or a key to a grand mystery, this find has captured the public's imagination and refuses to let go. Connection to suspicious deaths. The discovery of a hidden tunnel beneath Gene Hackman's mansion has raised eyebrows and sparked intense speculation about its connection to the suspicious deaths of the actor and his wife, Betsy. As investigators dug deeper into the mystery, many started to wonder if the tunnel held clues that could explain what really happened in their final days. With Hackman's recent passing and the strange circumstances surrounding it, the tunnel's existence feels like more than just a coincidence. Some believe it could have served as a secret escape route, allowing someone to enter or leave the house unnoticed. This idea leads to troubling questions. Was someone trying to avoid being seen? Or worse, were they trying to hide something? As investigators sift through the mysterious contents found in the tunnel, they are looking for any links to the couple's deaths. Old documents, photographs, and unusual items might reveal a hidden life that Hackman kept from the public eye. The eerie symbols found on the walls only add to the intrigue, as they could suggest a deeper story involving secret dealings or hidden relationships. Neighbors and friends have begun to share their own theories. Some recall odd conversations they had with Hackman, hinting at trouble in his life that nobody knew about. Others remember strange visitors coming and going from the estate, raising questions about who might have been involved. As the investigation continues, the connection between the tunnel and the suspicious deaths remains unclear. Every new piece of evidence could either clarify the mystery or deepen it. The world watches closely, eager for answers that might reveal the truth behind the shadows of Hackman's life and untimely death. Authorities' silence. In times of mystery and strange discoveries, one thing can be most unsettling: the silence of the authorities. After the unsettling events at Gene Hackman's estate, where hidden tunnels and odd evidence were found, officials have chosen to speak very little. This silence has only added fuel to the fire of rumors and wild guesses. People are looking for clear answers about what really happened at the mansion. Despite several visits by FBI agents who carefully searched the secret tunnel and uncovered mysterious items, authorities have kept details under wraps. Instead of giving a clear story, they offer only brief statements that leave many questions unanswered. This lack of information has made families, neighbors, and curious onlookers feel left in the dark. The quiet response from those in charge has intensified the mystery, driving the public to speculate about hidden secrets and possible cover-ups. With each press conference and news report, the authorities' limited words seem to hint that there might be more to the story than they are ready to share. Every time reporters ask for more details, only vague replies are given. This ongoing silence is like an unopened book, holding secrets that many are desperate to learn. Social media buzzes with theories, and everyday people are piecing together clues, wondering if there is a deeper truth behind the guarded answers. For now, the story remains wrapped in quiet mystery. The silence of the authorities makes it difficult to know what is fact and what is rumor. As days go by, the hope grows that someone will soon break that silence and share the truth behind the astonishing events at Hackman's estate. Potential evidence. The hidden tunnel under Gene Hackman's estate has opened up a trove of potential evidence that may finally help crack this puzzling case. Investigators noticed several unusual items inside and are now working carefully to piece together the mystery behind them. Among these finds are old cell phones with many unread messages, a worn planner filled with scattered notes and dates, and several bottles of medicine that seem out of place. Each of these objects raises questions about the secret life that might have taken place behind these closed doors. The damaged cell phones, their screens cracked and covered in dust, might hold hidden conversations or contact lists that point to secret meetings. The tattered planner shows appointments and notes that could reveal a timeline of events no one expected to see. Meanwhile, the medicine bottles hint at the possibility of strange treatments or dark schemes that were carefully hidden from the public eye. Together, these items form a puzzle that investigators hope will lead to a clearer picture of what truly happened at the estate. Every small detail is being examined by experts who search for links between the objects. They are checking the messages, dates, and even the handwriting in the planner to find any clue that might point to a larger, hidden story. Although it is still too early to draw any firm conclusions, the potential evidence gives hope that the truth will come to light. With each new finding, investigators move a step closer.
Believes Zimbabweans are capable of spearheading game-changing, first-of-a-kind innovations that challenge the world's traditional ways of doing things. President Mnangagwa said no one can take away that capability.
Africa's automotive scene has been undergoing a remarkable transformation, fueled by fresh ideas, impactful technologies, and determined entrepreneurs. Every day, production lines across the continent roll out around 30,000 newly made cars, some of which harness cutting-edge clean energy solutions that challenge traditional boundaries. Among these inspiring innovations is the self-powering vehicle conceptualized by Maxwell Chikumbutso in Zimbabwe.
The vehicle, it uses what we call the microsonic energy device. The microsonic energy device, it is the device that I personally invented in 2009, which harnesses radio frequencies, converted it into energy.
The goal is clear: provide reliable mobility while reducing costs and fostering homegrown profit. The spark of innovation. In recent years, Africa's automotive industry has captured global attention for its creativity and long-term potential. From newly established plants to inventive pioneers, the continent is showcasing a capacity to produce 30,000 cars a day that meet both local demands and some international export needs. At the heart of this growth lies the craving for mobility solutions that suit Africa's roads, budgets, and environmental goals. Over the past decade, governments and private entities have also channeled more funding into homegrown production, which fostered an environment where brilliant ideas could flourish.
South Africa has announced that it has been ruled out of the bidding for the production of a new model that would have created hundreds of new jobs because of the ongoing strike in the automotive sector.
A prime example of this spark can be found in Zimbabwe, where inventor Maxwell Chikumbutso has unveiled a vehicle that potentially runs on radio waves, thereby removing the need for gas or charging stations.
This is one of Chikumbutso's groundbreaking innovations. He calls it a self-powering electric vehicle, powered entirely by radio waves. This is the first of its kind in the world.
Though many still question how far-reaching this particular concept can become, it highlights a broader drive toward energy independence and self-sufficiency across the continent. In many ways, such ambitious ventures are precisely what ignite people's enthusiasm and cast a spotlight on the unique nature of African innovation. Historically, Africa was seen largely as a market for imported used cars, but that image is undergoing a notable rebrand. Locally made cars, in countries like South Africa, Morocco, Nigeria, and Ghana, have proven that African firms can produce attractive models that satisfy everyday users. Large-scale automotive production has taken root in a range of assembly plants. Some are run by well-known global brands, others are wholly African-based operations. In either case, each factory contributes to the daily tally of 30,000 vehicles hitting the roads. A powerful push behind such progress stems from Africa's young and growing population. Young innovators and technicians are far more open to new approaches than previous generations. They see cars not just as means of transport, but also as symbols of regional development, platforms for personal expression, and stepping stones for future technological leaps. African-made cars speak to a sense of local pride, representing the fact that made in Africa can stand for real quality and forward-thinking design. Investment in R&D centers across the continent has helped set the stage for breakthroughs. For instance, local engineers, whether in Zimbabwe, Kenya, or South Africa, work alongside global experts to refine processes, test new materials, and ensure vehicles meet safety guidelines. This synergy lays the groundwork for achieving a rate of 30,000 cars a day without compromising on reliability. Models emerging from Africa cater to the continent's unique challenges: rougher roads, unpredictable fuel availability when needed, and varying climates. These are often regarded as the tougher tests that shape robust and flexible vehicle designs. Key hubs of production. Producing 30,000 cars a day doesn't hinge on one country alone. Rather, it's the result of many African nations ramping up their engineering and manufacturing. South Africa, for example, has maintained a robust automotive sector for decades, boasting assembly plants for major brands and employing thousands of people. Morocco, too, has grown into a serious automotive export hub, thanks to strategic ties with European manufacturers.
It's about Morocco's booming auto industry. The country's automotive sector has grown from virtually non-existent to Africa's largest in less than 2 decades.
Meanwhile, places like Nigeria and Ghana are focusing on local brands and assembling buses, trucks, and passenger cars. Each of these countries approaches car production with different strengths. South Africa benefits from established infrastructure, a mature supplier base, and a large pool of skilled technicians. Morocco, due in part to its geographical proximity to Europe, has attracted considerable foreign direct investment (FDI). That has led to world-class assembly lines capable of delivering not only domestic supply, but also exporting to various global markets. Meanwhile, Nigeria invests in large-scale bus and truck manufacturing to serve both local and West African trade routes. In Zimbabwe, the story is more youthful, but it's not isolated. Maxwell Chikumbutso's self-powered car epitomizes the flair for forward-looking designs. Though the idea of obtaining enough energy from radio waves to power a vehicle still raises eyebrows, it has spurred conversations about the bigger possibility of advanced labs and R&D centers in Zimbabwe. The presence of such labs could lead to improved battery technologies, more efficient internal combustion engines, or even new ways of capturing solar or kinetic energy for vehicles. Already, the government's fresh push to support local inventors tries to create a nurturing ecosystem that might lower costs for both producers and end users. These diverse production hubs feed into the 30,000 cars made daily across the continent. Production numbers may be smaller in certain nations compared to established global manufacturers, yet the consistent progress is undeniable. On top of that, many African brands now realize that they can't just replicate foreign models and hope for success. They must tailor their vehicles to local terrain, cultural preferences, and cost parameters. For example, the hot climate in large swaths of the continent means that robust cooling systems, dust-resistant parts, and easy maintenance design are crucial. Another factor boosting production is Africa's strong appetite for community-based mobility. Large families, extensive rural areas, and entrepreneurial ventures all require reliable vans, minibuses, and trucks. This urges factories to churn out sturdy, multi-purpose vehicles day after day. By addressing these real-world requirements, local producers can consistently sell at volume, keep their factories busy, and refine processes to reduce overhead. Collaboration driving growth. One of the biggest lessons from Africa's automotive journey is that collaboration remains essential. Producing cars on a large scale requires more than just a single company's efforts. It demands a network of partnerships uniting creative minds across different fields. For instance, a car might need specialized steel from local mills, plastic moldings from local injection facilities, interior fabrics woven in separate plants, and advanced electronics or onboard systems integrated by yet another facility. Coordinating these moving parts is not a small job. It calls for streamlined communication, trust, and a shared sense of purpose. Major African automobile producers, both homegrown and multinational, understand that they can't flourish in isolation. They must rely on local supply chains so that every step of the production cycle is efficient and cost-effective. Consequently, they collaborate with smaller businesses, often run by young entrepreneurs or families, ensuring that the expertise and profits spread through the community. This not only helps with skill distribution and job creation, but also tightens the region's economic tapestry. In turn, a healthy spread of suppliers encourages even more production, fueling the aim of reaching or surpassing 30,000 cars a day across the continent. Additionally, collaboration extends beyond traditional manufacturing. Research institutions, university labs, and philanthropic foundations all play a part. Maxwell Chikumbutso's team, for example, might work with electronics experts from a different African country to refine the circuits that convert ambient radio waves into usable power. Or maybe a group of mechanical engineering students from Kenya partner with a design firm in Ghana to research new chassis materials that can better handle unpaved roads. When such cross-border or cross-discipline collaborations happen, it leads to faster breakthroughs and speeds up the path from invention to mass production. Part of this synergy involves sharing knowledge about best practices. Take vehicle standardization, for instance. With so many new African automotive brands emerging, there is a risk that varying specs and complicated regulations could hamper growth. By working together, and sometimes with government bodies, automakers can create guidelines that ensure safety, consistency, and simpler cross-border trade. An example might be that all producers follow a standardized crash test procedure or adopt common specifications for seatbelts, windshields, or lighting. This uniformity helps reduce confusion in the supply chain and makes it easier for factories to ramp up output, free of the friction that arises from too many product variations. Embracing environmentally friendly solutions. While the traditional auto industry can bring many benefits, it also raises concerns about pollution, emissions, and resource depletion. Africa finds itself at a pivotal moment, expanding manufacturing capacities while also grappling with climate change concerns. This balance has led to a dynamic shift in thinking about new, cleaner ways to power vehicles. And that's precisely where inventions like Maxwell Chikumbutso's self-powered car fit into the broader narrative, exploring truly groundbreaking technologies that might allow Africa to leapfrog conventional, polluting models. In the mainstream, Africa is also seeing growth in electric vehicles. Some factories are pivoting to produce battery-powered cars or buses. mindful that global markets and environmentally aware African consumers are turning increasingly toward sustainable transport. By adopting or even refining existing technology, local producers can reduce their carbon footprint,